All right, quiet down. Quiet down. I said put a friggin' sock in it. All right, my name is Jack Sackey, and today I'll be your substitute press secretary. Before we get started, there's a few things I'd like to address. First of all, I'd like to give a big thank you to House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Her warm welcome as I begin my new post was courteous and much appreciated. And to gift me this almost empty bottle of Jack Daniels was such a nearly selfless gesture. Yeah, apparently her impulse was just a little too much to overcome. But I commend her for, leaving a little bit at the bottom there. It's very nice of her. See, there's a little in there. It's got my name on it, Jack. Much like the entirety of the House Speaker's career, it's the thought that counts, not so much the substance. All right? As was expected, no Republican gifted me anything because, well, they have no thoughts and they can barely count. As for you, the distinguished members of the White House Press Corps, there's going to be some serious changes around here, all right? Because I've seen the stunts that you've been pulling on my sister, and I got to tell you, I'm not going to put up with any of that crap. That's 2 weeks of detention for you, Newsmax. All right, as you all are aware, my sister's interest in this job amounts to less than nothing. For Pete's sake, she put in her intent to resignation after just 2 weeks. You think that's funny, CNN? You better shape up. You're going to find yourself in detention with Newsmax. All right, let's do a quick roll call, shall we? All right. Is there a Mr. Dipshits here? D-I-P-C-H-I-T-Z. Do I see a dipshit? Yep. Got a dipshit right there. All right, moving on. Miss Deceitful? Deceitful. Do I see it? Yep. Deceitful right there. All right. I'm looking for Paul. Is Paul here? Paul... Political activist. Yep. I got political activists right there. All right. Do we have a Dill? Is Dill here? A Mr. Dildo Craven. Dildo Craven? Yep. Dildo Craven right there. All right. I'm looking for Todd. Is Todd here? A Mr. Todd L. Fag, spelled P-H-A-I-G. Do I see Todd L. Fag? Yep. Got a total fag right there. All right, I'm going to assume that Fart Stick, Cum Blender, and Sly-Faced Cunt are all here. Yep. Okay. Now, and with that, I guess we'll open the floor to some questions.
The escalating situation in Israel.
Oh, ha, ha. Very funny. Let's all pick on the new guy, shall we? How original. Now, let's see if anybody's got a serious question, okay?
On Israel,
Oh, real clever. We got a substitute press secretary. Let's push him to the brink and see how many questions we can ask you about Israel. Not funny, okay? I'm only taking serious questions here. All right? You, go ahead.
And finally on Israel.
Guys, it's really not funny.
It's not funny.
Yes, Peter, thank you. It's not funny. But clearly the majority of you are not taking this press briefing very seriously. Oh, let's goof off because there's a substitute press secretary. Let's just keep asking about Israel. Stop messing around, okay? All right? If you don't shape up, I'm going to start handing out pink slips. You understand? I'm not going to put up with it. Now let's get some serious questions in here. All right, go ahead.
On Israel.
Guys, this is North America, okay? We're in the White House. How do you expect us to solve a sectarian conflict in the Middle East that's existed for decades, centuries, millennia even? All right? If you want solutions, all right, how about you get some boots on the ground, go to Gaza and talk to Hamas? All right? See if you get one question in before they lop your head from your torso. Huh? Want to do that? Or hop on a plane to Jerusalem? All right? How about you do that? See if that plane isn't rerouted to Little St. James Island. Before you know it, you're blackmailed. You ain't asking any questions then, are you? Huh? Are you? Blackmail's the key to power. All right? Our government is a testament to that assertion.
Including CIA officers, U.S. troops, and U.S. government officials in the Washington area.
Yeah. Just said that. Thanks. Now, next question, please. Yeah, you. Go ahead.
You say the vast majority have taken place overseas. How many cases have been reported to have occurred in the United States?
I can't provide you with that data at this time. Next question.
Why have we still not seen any images inside these facilities?
I would refer you to the FBI, the CIA, or the Department of Justice as a whole for an answer to that question. You, go ahead.
Can you provide us the photos that the president was provided?
I'm going to say probably not, but again, I'd refer you to the Department of Justice.
Will you provide those to the American public to see what it looks like there right now?
This is not our jurisdiction, as we wish to maintain the independence of the Justice Department. Yeah.
It certainly seems like there's an element of secrecy here. Why?
The Clintons.
The U.S. does not have the power to solve this problem, or it doesn't have the leverage to solve this problem.
That's correct.
He said he's briefed with photos. Has he asked for or been shown these photos of inside the facilities where some of the children are being held for 3 days?
The president has seen the Little St. James photos, yes.
Does the administration know where these children are? So you don't know if the administration is aware of where these children are?
Is it getting hot up here, or is it just me? I think I'm gonna loosen up this tie. Just a little bit here.
Maybe they slipped you a note.
No, that's not what happened. I didn't get no notes, okay?
And I think you may have gotten a note about this.
No, I can assure you that I have not been bribed or blackmailed, all right? It's getting really hot in here. I think I'm gonna take this tie off.
What does the White House think about Congresswoman Ilhan Omar saying that she does not regret comparing Israel to Hamas and the Taliban?
Anti-Semite. Anti-Semite. No? No one's gonna cheer with it. I think I'll take this jacket off now. It's getting a little toasty in here. It's a little hot.
Thank you very much, Jen.
Not Jen.
I have a question about U.S. aid to Israel and to Gaza.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, please do.
Is the U.S. going to help Israel replenish the Iron Dome?
Thank you for the softball question, okay? It was getting a little spicy up here for a second there. The short answer is absolutely.
The Biden administration earlier this month approved $735 million in weapon sales to Israel. Is the White House considering putting that on hold during the fighting? And is the Israeli response forcing the administration to reconsider future arms sales?
Absolutely not. We're the United States government. We dropped the nuke, baby. And we're aiming to drop another one on these stupid rednecks who won't give up their guns. All right? Listen, we sell bombs, okay? It's what we do. Hamas, we got the perfect bomb for your favorite type of murder, all right? Israel, hit us up. You want to microwave a child brain? We got you covered. It's not a problem. Just shoot us an email at wesellbombs@us.gov. That's wesellbombs@us.gov. All right? Next question.
Just more broadly, is there any concern about the prospects of American-made weaponry falling into the hands of the Taliban as they take over government positions as they have been doing?
No. We've armed them before and we'll arm them again. Trust me, all right? Next question.
One quick one on Russia.
You're gonna get it. There's a headline for you.
Russia doesn't listen to U.S. warnings.
Oh, I know.
Is there a concern that the president agreeing that Russian President Putin is a killer could escalate tension even further?
He didn't call him a killer, all right? He was using the slang version of the word killer. Like, yo, that dude's so killer. Yo, that ganja's killer. Yo, them Power Ranger slippers is killer. You know, he was just joking around, you know?
Does President Biden regret calling Vladimir Putin a killer?
Guys, you're getting too caught up on this. He was just joshing around, man. He was using slang, letting the kids know he was hip, you know?
So how is calling Vladimir Putin a killer constructive?
We're just showing the young people that we're hip, using slang, you know? We do more than just sex trafficking here, all right? We do a lot more than that. We know who Olivia Rodrigo is. Olivia Rodrigo, the TikTok singer person. You know? Come on.
Does the president believe that the leaders of Mohammed bin Salman, one of the crown prince of Saudi Arabia, does he view him as a killer?
We're not calling anybody names here, all right? But we do enjoy the hefty profits that we receive from the Sandy King. I mean the Saudi King, all right?
There was the reported bounties on the heads of U.S.
Yes.
troops. Something on that is coming. What is the holdup?
That was actually a CIA concocted news story to smear our political opponents, but don't tell anybody, all right? Just keep using phrases like the big lie and build back better.
There are so many Republicans who are still going along with the lie.
There you go, you're getting it.
Moving on to the Build Back Better.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Moving on.
Proxies for President Putin have undergone a disinformation underwent a disinformation campaign of corruption of President Biden, and also the report specifically mentions his son. So what is his reaction to Putin and his proxies going after him personally?
Oh, big scary Russia villain. Looks like we got ourselves a bully to type about, huh? Huh. Okay, listen up. Joe Biden loves his son, all right? His crackhead author artist son, all right? Okay. And that laptop, it could be Russian disinformation. For real, I don't know, but I can assure you that while Joe Biden may be the big guy here in Washington, he's certainly not the big guy on any laptop, all right? Okay? All right? Okay? All right, okay.
How will you keep them from interfering in the third consecutive presidential election?
Well, we got a stern message for them. Russia, don't interfere in our elections, because that's bad.
The president's remarks on why China didn't face sanctions for cyber attacks, but Russia did, could you clarify, since both countries are accused of protecting criminal hacker groups?
Well, this is actually very simple. The rise of China is actually a net positive for the United States, while Russia is a big bad meanie head. So I hope this clears up any misconceptions that you may have had in your teeny tiny monkey brain, all right?
The U.S. imports about $435 billion of goods from China. To what degree do economic concerns play a role in how to address cyber attacks?
not at all. That's a stupid question, and you're a bad reporter. Next question, please.
On COVID-19 origins, Jake Sullivan said this week that if China does not let investigators probing the COVID origins in, they're going to face isolation in the international community. So what is an example of something that the White House thinks China would care about being isolated from?
Winnie the Pooh. They really don't like Winnie the Pooh. So we've worked with some corporations here in America, such as Google Plus and Disney Plus, and a few more of the pluses, to help remove the likeness of Winnie the Pooh from China as a whole. They really want to be isolated from Winnie the Pooh. So we're helping them with that. In terms of COVID origins, we had a very constructive call with President Xi where he assured us that COVID stemmed from the wet market sale of the beloved Disney character Pluto. So, in a way, it's kind of America's fault that we suffered a global pandemic.
Spoken with President Xi about the origins of the coronavirus yet. He said just a few weeks ago he hadn't yet.
You want to make it 3 weeks detention, Newsmax? Then I suggest you shut your big fat mouth. All right, next question, please.
Is the U.S. publicly committed to defending Taiwan, come what may?
We're committed to the John Cena model of appeasement. Next question.
How do you respond to the government in Beijing pressuring Washington like this about economic ties with Taipei?
抱歉, 抱歉, 抱歉. Next question, please.
We gave the president an opportunity to address the China issue today. He seemed to pull his punches and not go after China. Why?
Because we caused the global pandemic. Terrible racist America is responsible for millions of deaths around the globe. And to cause such a catastrophe on Chinese soil of all places, we need to express our sorrow to China. Okay? Disney's insatiable urge for a quick buck selling Pluto to a wet market killed millions of people. And we're sorry. We're sorry about that. We're really, really, really sorry. Okay? Hopefully, this doesn't impact our plans to film Mulan 2 in a Uyghur concentration camp. That's important. Next question. Fuck.
China has a poor record of keeping promises.
You go to hell, you liar. China's the most honest country of all time. Next question.
But my question is, what do you expect from the new ambassador to Japan? Do you expect someone who will be a key person to deal with China and North Korea?
Yes? Moving on. Next question, please.
Thank you, Jen.
I'm not Jen, okay? Now listen, you're being overtly disrespectful. Blatantly so, okay? I don't appreciate it. Jack doesn't like being disrespected, all right? And I can tell that some of you are chomping at the bit to do some sort of Raggedy Ann and Andy roast, okay? I see it coming. Smart guy, Jack. Well, I tell you, I'm not having it, okay? I assure you that while we're siblings, we are no longer dating, okay? That's over. It's a thing of the past. Let it go, all right? So just be respectful to the master race and do your job. Do your job. Next question, please.
This last question is making headlines across the country right now. We just heard from the Pennsylvania Supreme Court that Bill Cosby's conviction for sexual assault has been overturned. They can no longer pursue those same charges against him in the future. Right now, the president obviously has long commitment to the Violence Against Women Act that he helped write. The White House's reaction to that, first of all?
Well, I think it's quite obvious that American institutions in their current iterations are imperfect and deeply flawed. And as a country, we can do better to combat injustices and build our current institutions in a way that better reflect our values. That's a huge part of the Build Back Better campaign, you know, combating systemic racism, other issues. But I think I can speak for the president in saying that we're always happy to see when an innocent black man is freed. Next question, please.
Are there any talks right now with the Canadian government about reopening the northern border?
I think we got our hands full with the southern border at the moment, all right? Next question. Go ahead.
Has the president been in touch, in contact with Prime Minister Trudeau?
To my knowledge, the president has not spoken with Prime Minister Blackface.
Is this a way to treat an ally like Canada?
Yeah, no one cares. No one cares about your silly, stupid country, all right? Next question.
More than 1 million people in this country, according to reports, are living under a conservatorship or guardianship. The most famous case has come to light in the last few weeks. It's Britney Spears. Members of Congress on both sides of the aisle say that maybe there's ought to be some kind of federal law that governs these relationships. Does the White House have a view on this in any way?
Well, the White House has a very strong stance on this. We've seen her Instagram. We've seen her exposing her sloppy milkers to the world, and we got to tell you, we support her 100%. If she wants to show us a little bit more, maybe get an OnlyFans, you know, I think we'd be interested in checking. I'm gonna stop talking. It's getting hot in here again, right? It's getting a little toasty. I think I'm just gonna unbuckle my belt a little bit. Maybe let it breathe. All right, next, go ahead. Yeah, you. All right, this belt buckle. Yeah.
Senator John Cornyn called Joe Biden's tweets unimaginably conventional and said that his comments were largely scripted and questioned whether he was really in charge. Does the White House have any reaction to that?
Well, when compared to the posts of Britney Spears, anything's gonna seem unimaginably conventional. I mean, did you see those posts? Her tits are looking really nice. So good. It's making me a little bit hot in here, you know. Gotta loosen up. But President Biden, you asked about Biden. Give the man a break. He's got dementia. I wasn't supposed to say that. I was not supposed to say that. All right, let's take some other questions and not talk about Britney Spears' tits. Okay, go ahead.
How would you describe where his head is right now?
His head right now, it's perfect. It's his brain's in tip-top shape. He's firing on all cylinders, and boy, it's getting hot. It's getting really hot in here. I think I'm just gonna slip my shoes off because my feet, they tend to sweat a lot. So I'm gonna toss these off, these bad boys right here, and ooh, a little bit cooler. I think I got some slippers. You don't mind if I put those on, do you? I got some slippers. You don't mind if I put those on, do you? Okay, I'm gonna go with the slippers because they're a little bit more comfortable, you know?
He might not be the best spokesperson.
How about you shut your curry hole, dumbass? I mean, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call you by your official title. That was not nice. Just pipe down, chap, all right? Just pipe down a little bit, all right?
I think there's a fly on your head.
Oh, ha ha, really funny. And the correct saying is egg on your face, and now you've got egg on your face. Boom, roasted. All right, next question.
Does the president believe that a 15-week-old unborn baby is a human being?
Absolutely not. Thanks for the layup. It's getting a little hot up here, all right? I needed that easy bucket.
The U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops is writing a document to clarify who should receive communion. And this is targeted at politicians, people who have a high public profile. What's the president's reaction to this?
Joe Biden is a multimillionaire. I think he can afford his own crackers and grape juice. And besides, at this point, he needs his sippy cup anyway. I shouldn't have said that. I was not supposed to talk about his sippy cup. I should not. Is it getting hot in here, guys? I think it's a little warm. It's just so hot, you know? Does anybody else feel the heat? It's getting a little hot. Get some airflow. I'm gonna get some airflow in here. Okay, next question, please, for the love of God.
If I may ask a question in Spanish.
No. Absolutely not. Absolutely.
De MPP y cuándo se espera que se puedan procesar a todas las personas que aún están en espera.
I don't speak Spanish. Necesitamos build back better. All right? We're going to move on now. No. Next question. Go ahead, please.
Is the decision not to pursue a federal vaccine passport policy, is that science-based? Is that you're aware of the political dynamics here? What kind of drove the decision behind that, and is there any change to that decision now that we're in a different place?
Have you seen the protests in France? It's a slow play. Don't worry. It's coming. Next question. Go ahead. Go ahead.
On COVID, I've talked to some people who are very worried about the idea that we're operating on an honor system in a lot of ways, that we're in places like Walmart and Target, there's already starting to be rule changes based on the CDC guidance. What do you say to people who think it's worrisome to be operating on an honor system, that it could put kids or even immune-compromised Americans at risk?
Let's break down that question just a little bit, okay? You mentioned that, quote, some people are, quote, worried about other people not wearing masks in public places. You didn't mention who. Intentionally vague, didn't mention anyone specific, but you said that they're worried, and these vague, anonymous people are totally worried about people not wearing masks in public places. You then mentioned both Walmart and Target. Nothing like a good corporate sponsorship, am I right, pork chop? And then you went on to say worrisome again, okay? Because you got to stoke up a little bit more fear amongst your viewer base. Apparently you checked your subscriber count, saw it was a little low, and you got to strike up a little fear so they keep watching you. Am I right? I know I am. And then, to tug at the heartstrings of everybody, just a final push to pull everybody in your direction, you said that kids are, quote, at risk because of an honor system. Am I getting this right?
My question that was on kind of the enforcement of this and the honor system idea that you're trusting Americans all over this country to follow those guidelines.
So the implication of your question is that Americans cannot be trusted. And because of this lack of trust, we need more government enforcement. Way to go, pork chop. Your commitment to dividing this country is completely unparalleled. We're gonna move on now. Next question, please. Yeah, go ahead.
There's an elephant in the room?
Whoa, not cool, man. Those are your words, not mine. All right? And those words just got you a night of detention with Jack. So we can hug it out and high five. That's not cool, bro. But seriously, it was really funny. We're gonna move on. Yes, go ahead.
There's a difference of opinion on that.
Yes, thank you for defending your remarkably manipulative colleague over here. That's very cool of you. Go ahead.
The scale.
Guys, stop being chauvinist pigs, all right? This is unacceptable. Both of you just earned detention with Jack, all right? Don't worry, I'll bring beers. We're gonna move on. Go ahead.
So on the vaccine.
Demonetized? Demonetized over here, demonetized. You can't talk about that, you can't, nope. I'm just kidding, but for real, I just don't want to hear your dumb woman question. We're gonna move on, go ahead.
Are there some parts of the COVID response, whether or not in ARP or generally, that are currently temporary that you would like to see permanent when the crisis eases?
Yes, there are certain things that we would like to see continued when the pandemic ends. The widening of the wealth gap, for starters, that needs to continue. Number two, the expansion of government power, that needs to continue, and it will. And then three, communism, that's a given. Moving on, go ahead.
On the FDA's approval, expected to authorize the vaccine, the Pfizer vaccine for 12 to 15-year-olds any day now, what specific plans does the White House have in place to get the vaccine distributed to that age group?
Yeah, candies and vans. Some help from Antifa, but mainly candies and vans.
The president said he talked up these ideas of incentives for people to get the shot, including sports tickets and shopping discounts and stuff like that. He said he liked that idea. Does he like the idea that some governors are floating of payments to people? And is there an issue of sensitivity when Americans are getting paid to get a shot, but people are dying in Brazil and India and all kinds of places?
It's all candy and vans to me. Next question. Yeah.
The governor of Ohio has announced that they will be doing weekly drawings of $1 million for residents who've received at least one dose of the COVID-19 vaccine.
I smell Vans and candy, yeah.
What does the White House think of that idea?
Biden smells on little girls.
And are you moving to, or should we all be potentially moving to Ohio to?
Yeah, if you like Vans and candy, go ahead and move to Ohio. You fucking retard. Go ahead, next question. Yeah.
On the coronavirus, it's a matter of public record that Dr. Fauci and the NIH funded gain-of-function experimentation research at the Wuhan lab of virology. And given the questions about that lab, why would Dr. Fauci in the U.S. fund that kind of experiments, that kind of research in a Chinese lab?
That's an excellent question, Newsmax, but that's going to be another week of detention for asking.
Dr. Fauci is one of the voices who discredit the lab leak theory, but now there's more officials in the Biden administration, like the Director of National Intelligence, the CIA Director, and now also the NIH Director, who say that this cannot be ruled out, and there's calls for more investigation into it. Who does the President agree with, Dr. Fauci or the other officials? Does he think it was a lab leak?
That's another excellent question, Newsmax. But I'm afraid I'm going to have to give you another week's detention as I remove my pants, all right? You guys don't have a problem if I take my pants off, do you? Okay, all right. I'm just going to go ahead and kick this off real quick, all right? Getting a little hot in here, you know? Gotta get cooler. Next question.
So, what happened to President Biden saying in March that he thought lifting mask mandates before every adult American goes and gets a shot is Neanderthal thinking?
Well, Neanderthals actually had larger brains than their Homo sapien cousins, so in a way he was dishing out compliments to his political rivals. Do you have problems with compliments to political rivals? I didn't think so. Next question. Oh, you're gonna go again? Okay, all right, go ahead.
More than 10% of the traveling party with these Texas Democrats now claim to have a breakthrough case. Is there any concern that this trip that was intended to advocate for voting rights is now a super spreader event in Washington?
Super spreader? I hardly know her. LOL, am I right? That's what the kids say, so I figured Biden wanted me to toss some of that kind of stuff out there so retards would tune in. They got COVID and they got vaccinated because science. And, we're the leaders in science. The Democrat Party, we are the party of science. So, we think it's all good. But, Ducey, the most important thing is their complete negligence to their governing duties while posting selfies on social media, because as you all know, we love posting selfies on social media. They are so impactful and they mean everything. All right, so that's what we like to see here. We like it when people avoid their governing duties, fly private to DC, take pictures on the plane, and then post them on social media for everyone to click a little button. This is a heart button and a little thumbs up button and go, good job, you guys are amazing. For black people, for sure. Yeah, we like that a lot.
6 months ago, the president asked Americans to wear masks for 100 days. As the Delta variant spreads, is there a possibility that he's going to make a similar ask down the line?
Ah, that's my cue. Spooky, spooky Delta Plus. Oh, y'all are just a hoot. I can't believe that y'all are buying that. To name a COVID variant after a Disney Plus streaming service? And you guys are freaking the fuck out about India? Have any of you even been to India? Y'all are out of your mind. And y'all are eating that shit? That is absolutely insane. If we gave you guys a bowl of shit and told you it was chocolate mousse, you would shove it down your gullet, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you, Ducey?
It's not funny.
I know you would. I know you would. That meeting that we had when we were deciding on what to name it, it was absolutely contentious. I mean, we kicked the tires on Lambda Max and Respiratory Hulu, but they didn't have the same ominous effect that we were looking for while maintaining an obvious level of fuckery? Because that's where we get our kicks, is fucking with you guys. We love fucking with you guys. It really gets us off. I mean, come on, guys. We got Google Plus, we got Apple TV Plus, we got Disney Plus, we have Best Western Plus. Are you fucking kidding me? But I'm absolutely certain this is not a sign of corruption or collusion or sacrilegious intent. I mean, where does it end? Where does the fuckery end? Are you kidding me? You guys are a bunch of dum-dums. Just a bunch of suckers, aren't you? So yeah, Deucey, we're bringing back the masks. Yeah, absolutely.
It's not funny.
No, it's not funny. It's not funny whatsoever. We don't find it funny at all. It's serious plus. Yeah.
There's a difference of opinion on that.
Yeah, we might have a difference of opinion on that, but here's the thing, and it's super important, okay? You don't know Jack! You don't know Jack! You get it? It's the shirt, and it's my name.
What does this mean?
Well, it means that you don't know Jack!
Just to nail it down.
You don't know Jack. You don't know Jack.
TBD right now.
You guys thought you could prank my sister better than I can? You don't know Jack, all right? Okay.
On water rights?
You don't know Jack.
On the vaccine,
You don't know Jack.
On infrastructure?
Prevarication. You don't know Jack.
Coming back to the Middle East.
Diplomatic solution. Gonna sell bombs. You don't know Jack.
On police reform.
Bomb sale here, bomb sale there. You don't know Jack.
Is there any more that you can share?
We have nothing to preview. You don't know Jack. It's my shirt. It's the shirt. It's my name. It's the shirt and my name. You don't know Jack.
I was extremely upset about it.
This is the most fun I've ever had at a Dullard convention. Boom, roasted. You don't know Jack. Jen is gonna be so pissed.
It's giving a lot of heartburn.
This is the best prank ever. Jen is gonna be so pissed. It's gonna be hilarious. We used to fuck, you know.
Would the administration find that unacceptable?
I'm very erect right now.
Is that a fair assessment of where things stand?
I'm gonna be honest, I've got a raging boner right now.
What's happening inside?
It's monumental at this point, and I'm starting to feel something. I'm starting to feel again.
I guess I'm curious.
This stun is so good. I'm starting to get aroused.
Triggered.
Oh man. Now I'm a lot of bit aroused. Oh.
The size of the package at this point?
You gotta see this thing. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Triggered.
He didn't see it.
Oh.
Yay.
Is that too big?
Does that just make it a little bit harder?
Oh, I think it's time to jack. Should I touch it?
Yay.
I'm gonna touch it. I gotta.
Triggered.
Why?
Oh, Jen's gonna be so pissed. Oh, Jen's gonna be so pissed.
I want to ask that in the inverse. Why not?
You thought this was over? It'll never be over.
Can you walk us through what will happen next?
She's gonna come back and wonder, oh, why her curtains are on the floor.
Is that an accurate assessment of the state of play?
Our incest was special. It was so special.
Sorry, I just swallowed some mask here.
When it comes to breathing, you don't know Jack.
Is this something that the president would support?
Well, he'd probably prefer if I sniffed some kindergarten hair first.
Triggered.
But You don't know Jack.
So why aren't we seeing the president model more of that behavior?
There's tons of videos. But you don't know Jack.
Along the lines of the sausage making, does he think something can come of it?
The president is saying, do not come.
Still prom.
Oh, directives make me so hot.
Trying to send this message, don't come.
Now is not the time to come.
Oh, authority makes me want to.
We heard from the president saying, don't come.
Does the president plan any executive action?
Oh, executive action makes me want to come. Oh.
Don't come now.
But they are coming.
My pronouns are he, him.
Why is it taking so long?
Can you do?
Oh, I can do. I can do.
Come here.
Oh, I'm gonna come, but not there. Oh.
The United States coming.
I'm America. I'm America. I'm America. Oh.
Do you have any sense?
Tell me what to do. Tell me what to do. Tell me.
Does that just make it a little bit harder?
Don't come now, come later, and others don't come at all.
Come from the White House?
Oh.
Come up.
Oh. 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 Jen's gonna be so pissed. Yeah. That was a doozy, wasn't it?
Come from the White House?
Yep. Jack definitely came.
Is this going to be the norm now, or was this a one-off?
No, she won't take me back. So you want to go out sometime?
Rejected.
Are you sure? I'm free Friday night.
Rejected.
All right. All right. What if I told you I had herpes? Would that change your mind?
Rejected.
Because I do. I do have herpes.
Rejected.
You should know that in advance. So does Jen, but she gave it to me. I didn't give it to her.
Are we at an impasse here?
The recovery would be bumpy, and there would be different factors every month that contribute to it.